Alright, let's get back into some more Baldur's Gate 3.
You grim? He better be.
No, I forgot. What was I doing here?
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
I think I was trying to steal.
Right here.
One quartermaster Tali. Problem is, she's moved out to where other people are, so.
Yeah. There's more where that came from.
I can't exactly.
Don't be shy. Have a gander at the finest stock.
All this standing around is making me antsy.
Subtle steps.
Premium trinkets and doodads.
Imagine how much XP I'd get if I killed every single person in this area.
All right.
Patrols
Just
report more
like
activity
best
among the
bargains,
cultists now.
right here.
Seems that way.
Hey, I recognize him.
Hand me the bottle, it's not hard.
I don't want to.
And I don't want to give you a lashing, but I will, damn it.
Or maybe it's not the guy I thought it was.
The city.
His Majesty. Oh my god, yes. That's how it's done. Let me talk to Harper William.
A little small talk.
Shadows lurking. Light inside. Look.
Nice to see the dark spitting out more than shadows. Welcome.
You are uh-oh. Another friend joined me. Oh, snap. This one came up right up to me. Okay, let's refresh. That didn't go according to plan. No, according to Keikaku here. No Keikaku Dori here. Nope, nope, nope.
He better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Last night's best bargain, right here.
Can't give up now. Yes?
I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing around is
Have a
making me
gander at the
antsy.
finest stock.
I don't. That's why we're still standing around.
Hello, Code 02. Nice to meet you.
How's the barricade coming along?
It ain't pretty, but it can take a beating.
What to do?
It'll need to. Cleric's magic won't hold out the darkness forever.
Hope you're doing well. I kind of want to kill everyone here. I mean, this is just wasted XP.
This place gives me the creeps.
Looks like that odd ox made it through the shadows.
So, I have not heard back yet. So, I did interview last week. They said they were going to send my resume and cover letter to the hiring team. So, it looks like it consists of this. I didn't get the last one, but this one consists of two interviews. So I'm gonna be hearing like by Monday or Tuesday of this week if I get the second interview for this new job, which I think I can do it. Based on the description, definitely sounds like it. So we'll see. Because it's specific for like an accessibility role. So this one in particular is about being like an executive assistant to a person with a disability, specifically those who are, you know, blind or low vision. But you don't want to come off in that particular role saying, "Hey, you know, you're also blind or low vision, right?" Because then they that might bias them against it, right? Like in some ways, that makes me an expert in how to design for that and how to help someone with that. But from the other end, it might prejudice them to not push me forward in the interview process. So I just kept that part quiet. No. Okay. I'm gonna redo that one. But yeah, it's reached the point where it's like, hey, you know, I just want to roll into like this coming week and then find out if I get the second interview. If I get the second interview, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident that I can get the job. You know.
You Graven Guard's still alive, you reckon? Tell me all.
All right, what now?
Good man.
Last night's best bargains right here.
Almost certain I've seen that ox someplace before.
All right, let's do this. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the one downside, for me at least, it is going to severely limit my stream time because right now, you know, as I'm looking for work, apart from like a few client works that I do, where I charge 50 an hour for my services, I don't get enough client work that it offsets. Well, a salary discussion I have not because I haven't completed like the interview process. Like the salary compensation, I'll be able to talk more about
A dead man walking.
once they've said, "Hey, we're gonna hire you."
Fight we're not.
Like at that point, I can go ahead and I can start to try to negotiate for the higher salary.
Last night's best bargains right here.
But the salary range is starting $7 higher than what my previous job was at. So no complaints from me on salary.
Wish we had stone or steel.
I wish we had a bloody army.
I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing
Shine, have a gander at the finest stock.
Trust Jahira to come up with one.
I don't.
I do.
That's why we're still standing.
For me the main thing right now is like working on securing that second interview and then
Still
How's the
alive.
barricade coming along?
So that's
just kind of going from there because
Pretty.
if they say, hey, yeah, we're gonna hire you, then at that point I would be able to negotiate more because the year itself only requires like a year of accessibility work, working with people with disabilities. But I have over 10 years of that sort of work, and even if you ignore that, I have even longer as a disabled person, right? So I have lived experience that helps me with that. So because of all that, like I think I can negotiate on the higher end, but we'll see. It's all pointless if I don't get that second interview, so we'll see. At this point, I kind of want to be like Cartman and just freeze myself in the next week,
Looks like that odd ox made it through the shadows.
Okay, let's save this. It depends on your needs, right? So I like it specifically because for me, like here, let me show you real quick. Let me pull up a random NPC because it is gonna depend on your use case, right? There's something that it does really good, and then there's something that's like, hey, it could do it better.
Up a fight we're not. Hey, that's close enough. You ain't no Harper and you ain't no Fist. Don't need the likes of you crashing our party.
Give it a rest, Alfred. We need all the goddamned help we can get.
So this right here is essentially like a good example of good design, right? So you have, in this case, you've got white text on a black background, and every section that has focus, as is the term in web development, which shows what is currently selected, is highlighted, right? So this is good accessible design because I can read everything, right? There are other games that are being released nowadays that don't even have this, right? They don't have good color contrast, which is part of what this has, right? It's got the white text on the black background, making it really, really easy to read. And for me, back when I was a child, my vision was obviously better, so I didn't need that sort of issues, and I was able to read a lot better. But nowadays, like, I have an issue where it's like, hey, if a game does not have sufficient contrast, if a game does not have this black background to make it more easier to read, I'm not going to be able to play it without being in pain or without getting headaches, because I'm forcing my vision, right? And that's not good to do. So that's one of the things that I specifically look for if I'm going to be looking into a game, right? Does it have high contrast? Can I go in and can I change the text size, right? And this game, let me answer this here.
Rescue party.
Not that you'll give a triple shot damn, but we were ambushed by them bloody cultists.
Plus, it also says who is speaking.
The pigsty we were staying in, and made off with the Grand Duke of Baldurs Gate himself.
Let's see here. But yeah, let me show you some of the features that are in this game, because I don't play. I like switch between games, so I've really been wanting to like go through this game and just look through the accessibility features and just make a YouTube video on it. But like with my ADHD, I just like jump around to like different things, and it's hard for me nowadays to like get it done.
Sure did. For all the good that does us.
She's inside. One of the ground floor chambers.
Guess you need to be a goddamned counselor to get room and board around here.
But yeah, like, one of the good things is like, hey, who is speaking, right? This game does that really well. It's like, hey, this is who is speaking, right? And it adds that context. There were other games, like, I was recently playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and it has some of the similar settings where it's got the contrast there, but then when you turn on the setting for the name, like the name is it's gray on a black background, but then the rest of the text is white. So it's like I'm having even though I personally know who is speaking, right? Because I can hear and I personally can associate the voice with the character because I'm not deaf or hard of hearing. Someone who is deaf or hard of hearing and also has vision issues like I do, they would have a difficulty figuring out who is speaking when they were playing, Red Dead Redemption 2, because then the name for the dialogue choices does not have sufficient contrast that you can easily make it out. Like when I was trying to read it, I was like, okay, I know this is, for example, Dutch speaking because I can associate, Dutch's voice with the text because I can hear, but someone who can't and who also has vision issues like me, they probably wouldn't be able to figure out who is speaking because they wouldn't be able to read the name properly, right? So it's just those things where it's like, hey, you're doing some things right, some things wrong. So here, let's look at these accessibility settings, right? Let me zoom in so I can see them better. Okay, so you've got camera shake, which in my case, I have it set to on. But for people who may have like, motor issues or they have like motion sensitivity, they can turn that off if they need to, which is great. Longer active search hold, I have that off just because for this one, when enabled, you have to hold the button to enable active search. And then I have that off because, like, for me, I have like motor skills issues that are left over from when I was a child, but unlike when I was a child, when they affected like my legs and stuff, now they mainly affect my hands. So, holding things and things like that for any specific duration of time really causes me pain. So anytime I have to hold something, I would rather it only be like just a press. So this has that on where it's like, hey, if you don't want to hold it, all you got to do is like press it. Or and no, in this case, it looks like it's it decreases the time that you have to hold it for. So it looks like it goes from like 1 second to like less than a second. So I typically have the active hold setting off, and then there's colorblind mode. This one was pretty common. I've seen this one pretty common. And then book text size. So for me, this is helpful because I can go in and I can, make the size really, really big, and it's helpful for me. And then these are, I don't know why they're in accessibility. The explicit content looks like it should be in somewhere else. And then, yeah, see, this is another one where it's like, boom, it helps guide you into the conversation in case you have cognitive issues where it's like, hey, who said what? Boom, this one's here, And then show speaker. This is also helpful for people who, like I said earlier, maybe deaf or hard of hearing. They need to know who is speaking. And boom, it's there right there. But if you notice here, it's there. You can read it. You don't have an issue. If the name for Nesvalin were gray, if you're like me and you have vision issues, you're going to have a real hard time seeing it because the contrast is not there. It's not it's not high enough, And then, like, boom. Like, all of a sudden, this just became, a lot harder to be able to read, in some cases. And it's like, for me, I always complain because it's as simple as boom. It's a lot easier. Like, your eye strain goes away, things like that, right? And then there's like the text opacity where it's like, hey, what I don't like is games where it's like, oh, we're gonna make it just a little bit light. I'm like, no, just do it all the way like it should be, like that. Boom.
I don't. I do. That's why we're still standing around.
And then what's this one? Oh, this I have it off because I don't need this. But yeah, there aren't too many settings for accessibility, but let me look at the interface, because sometimes they do change. Oh no, looks like it's basically the same. Yeah, so it does have some pretty basic ones, but overall I think the design was done pretty well. Yeah, it did. And I can see why. It's a very good RPG, very, very good. Now where's that cow? And that's the thing, right? The reason. Oh, is this what I think it is? Oh yes, I am taking this. Where is Shadowheart? Come here, go. I'm gonna be borrowing this. If I can remember how to get to... Oh, there it is. I'm going to add this to my camp. You never know when you can never have enough oil barrels and stuff for traps.
Well, in it.
But yeah, this game has like the way they designed it, the way they approached it is really, really good. And like I tell my clients all the time, I could not get into My Hero Academia. I watched Fairy Tail. I sort of am and am not watching the new Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest, mainly because I'm reading the manga right now. So it's like, I mean, if I read the manga, I already know what's gonna happen in the anime most of the time. So I'm like, eh. Alright, let's try this again. Come on. Round 16. Oh no. Haha, good thing I saved. Let's try this again. But yeah, no, there's like, as I was saying, like whenever I tell my clients when they bring me on to like review their website or whatever for accessibility, I always tell them, hey, there are criteria that that help guide me and that I can test against to make a product more accessible. But even if I hit every one of these criteria, right, it's not going to be accessible for every use case. Right out of the box, because that's just not how it works. It's impossible for one person to test for every single use case. You have to like work at it diligently, you know? And that's how it is with like video game design, right? You're going to be able to get some things done correctly, and you're not always going to be able to get other aspects of video game design correctly. Like when I was giving a presentation to my meetup group about accessibility in video games, like one of the things that I spoke on, and this is from like my web developer experience, is like one of the most basic things that you can aim for in accessibility is color contrast. That is literally the easiest thing you can do. And then from there you can start trying to hit other areas, right? So screen reader users, for example. You could like turn off all flashing lights, for example, right? You can start to kind of piece those in and things like that. Dude, come on. I just want to see what happens. But I just find it regrettable that not a lot of companies are kind of heading that direction. That's why, like, part of me is looking forward to the new Star Wars game that's coming out, Star Wars Outlaws, because everyone's like, oh, a new Star Wars game. And people are like, oh, a new Star Wars game. And I'm over here, I'm like, okay, but what accessibility features is it gonna have? Like, that's what I care about, right? Because like I think I've reached a point in my life right now where like it's difficult nowadays for me to play games if they don't have certain like features built into them, right? And the bad thing about gaming nowadays is that they don't release demos as often as they used to, right? So before, in the good old days, you would be able to see a demo and you would be able to see, hey, this is what I like about a game, this is how it's designed. Perfect, got it. I only took like 4 tries. If this is how it's designed, I know I'm going to be able to read everything and it's not going to be a waste of money, right?
There's an invitation behind its great brown eyes.
Oh. All that just for a moo, come on, man. Okay, here's what I can do. Where is my talk to animals?
Let's get on with it.
Yes, I know, and that's the thing that for me it gets me, because it's like, hey, like as someone who now, when I was younger, this wasn't an issue, right? But now, as I get older, because it's common knowledge that as you get older, your vision decreases. That is especially true for someone like me who was already born with severely bad vision. So that's why, like, I've gotten comments like, hey, why don't you play like other games on your machines? And I'm like, well, because of, you know, my vision, I'm limited to like a specific number of games, because they're the only ones that I can play properly without like, you know, straining my vision or what have you, because they were designed specifically with accessibility in mind. And I'm not going to play other games that are going to give me headaches or whatever, because that's not worth it, right? That goes against what my channel is for, and it's about, you know, geeking out about accessibility, nerding out about accessible game design, and, you know, just having fun. And maybe eventually having like a special stream where like I cook or something in an accessible way to show people, hey, this is how someone with a visual impairment cooks, kind of thing, right? And they're not talking about it, because like even when Hogwarts Legacy released, they were saying, yeah, we do have some accessibility features, but they didn't actually talk about it, right? They put it on their website, and I was like the first person on YouTube to be like, hey, here are all of the accessibility features for, like, you know, Hogwarts Legacy. And granted, I will say, I'm not very good at making videos because I'm learning how to do it as I go. But I think now if I remake it, I have a better idea of how to organize it, right? You know, I just haven't gone back to get all that capture and stuff.
No, still incapable.
Aha, got you. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Oh darn, he can't do it. Do I have a... Let me see if I have a Talk with Animals potion in my inventory here. Let's see, do I have one? Oh darn, if I do this I can't read them. Okay, let me see if I find the Talk to Animals potion. But yeah, like I was saying, that's something that they're not covering, right? And I'm like, you should, because what some people just don't understand is, at least from what I've seen in the US, is people always want to worry about, you know, profit. Oh, look, I do have one. And what people don't understand is that if you make a game more accessible, it's going to sell more money with people who are disabled. Let me split this. Because then they're going to be able to play the game, you know? Because, like, I read somewhere that, like, people with disabilities have, like, $5 trillion in economic buying power, because people always overlook that, hey, we have money too, you know? But you can't have our money if you don't make a product that we're going to be able to use. And that's the thing where it's like, there's never enough exposure to those sorts of things.
Still incapable.
And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? Let's see here.
Not for you to know.
Okay, you're... Ooh, look at this one. Nice, just barely pinched it.
Well, come close. Your mind to mine.
Oh gosh, what is all this?
Are you satisfied?
That was not rated G. Most games are... Well, it could be that too. Part of it could also just be that when you are developing, like, and I treat it as a general rule of thumb, right? Because accessibility, at least in my book, is essentially the same, right? When you're building a product or service, you're not always looking to make it accessible. You build it first, and then usually when you get sued, then you're like, okay, let's make it accessible now. My approach to it is, if you think about accessibility as you're beginning to build in the product, whether it's a video game or whatever the product or service is, right? It's going to be more accessible from the very beginning. And I think what ends up happening in some of these cases, it's like they start the process, and then they maybe bring in people like midway through or towards the end, but not throughout the beginning. And obviously that's not true of every video game company, but you can see which companies do it properly and which ones don't. Like Santa Monica Studios with God of War 3, like they won, like that game is like really detailed. Like that has the most accessibility settings that I've ever seen. And granted, by that point, there were already other examples on other PlayStation games before it. But still, what God of War Ragnarok did, what the team at Santa Monica Studios did, is they learned what other games had done in terms of accessibility, and they added on to it, right? And that was, in my opinion, one of the reasons why they were able to get so many awards, because not only did they already do what someone else had done, they had gone even further. Let's see here. Which one do I choose? That's part of the reason why, like, when I do eventually get around to like making the second review for Hogwarts Legacy accessibility, I'm gonna send an email to like the email address that's on there and be like, hey, here's all your issues, and here's my recommendations on how to fix it. And I volunteer as tribute to playtest your accessibility features for your second game. I don't know which one to pick.
Keep quiet, and you won't have to find out. Good little hero.
Wait, what did he say to me?
Scurry on now. I admire your ability to graciously suffer the frustration of your desires.
I wonder what happens if I keep going. Okay, so let me leave. Let me save and find out. I'm gonna save, and then I'll see if I can fight him. I can probably take him. Call of Duty and Battlefield, which has better accessibility? So for that, I would not know. For me, it is hard to play those types of games nowadays. When I was younger, I could play them a lot better, right? Because those types of games have like a cursor. It's obviously a shooting game. You have a cursor. You have to be able to like, you know, see it and shoot people, right? Aim and shoot. And for me, for most of those games, that's hard because I can't see the cursor properly, right? The aiming cursor is usually too small. I don't have a way to change it, so I don't really play those types of games anymore.
I admire your ability to graciously suffer the frustration of your desires. Toodle. Scurry on now. I admire your ability to graciously... All I wanted was a bit of hay, a good brushing, and a clean stall. The simple life. Is that so much to ask?
What the hell is this? Dude, it's some weird blob. Oh my god. What is this? Okay, now there's a way that I can... Isn't there a way I can... I forgot what button it was. Alright, whatever. Let's just do... Set it aflame. I don't know. It looks like some weird blob monster. But I can kill him.
Can't afford to let up.
Sunbeam, huh? I could try that, but I don't want to. Let's do the Sacred Flame. Nice. That's not gonna work. It looks like a weird blob thing, which is weird. Wait, didn't I have... Oh snap, they're gonna help me.
I smell that placenta musk.
No, not what I need. I'm just gonna see what happens if I kill him. Ooh, nice, a critical. One more hit and you're dead.
Got to concentrate.
Don't mind if I do.
I don't think I'll ever look at an ox quite the same. Looking ahead.
Okay, what is it now? Shapeshifter's Boon Ring. Hat of Fire Acuity, Bloodstone. What is this? Let's see, what does this do? Okay, get a +1 for... I wonder what that ox actually is. Let me look it up. I'm just curious. Because I know you can meet the ox like later on in Act 3. Let me look it up. Alright, let me see real quick. Okay, so let me reset and... Alright, yeah, let me reset and get that aux back. But yeah, that's kind of where all that is. So I'm just like waiting for this week to be over, man. I want to see if I got that job or not. Although it will mean like, hey, I'll have less time for streaming because I'll be limited to like the weekends. So, but at the very least, I'll be making money again. Especially when it comes to doing something I love, which is just accessibility work.
Wits and blades always sharp.
Some camp.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Alright, let me look to see if there's anything else I can pick up here. Or maybe even better if I can just kill some random guy that's hanging out alone. Because they're just experience points for me. Oh, look at this. Some random NPC. Can I kill you?
Please, I just want to be alone.
Where's your man?
Gone. Cultists. It was so dark. I didn't realize until the children started screaming. They rounded us up. Cut us up. Said they were taking whoever could still walk to Moonrise Towers. I managed to get away. But my love... Dennis... Martin Dor, Roshan...
Let's see.
I've always been good at running. Unlike Dennis. I didn't realize one day our lives would depend on it. I just wish I could have said goodbye.
Dang.
Do you really think so? By the gods.
Just left her man out there to
I
die.
hope you're right.
Ouch.
I wish I hadn't let go of him.
Wow. Number 3 is savage.
It's hard to imagine him making it after everything that happened. But if you find him, it would mean the world to me. I can't.
Oh, look, more of these. I'll take this and this one. So already needs to be latest. And then send to camp. Booked. Yeah, that one's useless. Oh, another one, nice. I need to replenish my crate supply. This one's gonna go around collecting all the crates. I'll take this one too, because why not? Oh, look at this, nice. Oh, this guy's not the character.
Don't touch me.
Either way, it's a win. Nice. Well, that was dumb.
No one's stopped me yet.
Alright, let's see if there's anything else I can pick up before moving on with the story.
I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing around is making me antsy.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jahira to come up with one.
Cleric's
I
magic
don't.
won't hold out the
I do.
darkness forever.
That's why we're still standing around.
Okay, I think I've picked basically everything that I can.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right by me.
Let me see, what do you have, lady? Let's look at our gold. I want to steal it so bad. Oh, this one looks nice. This one has like a lot of good magic spells, man. Like seriously. Well, some of these I already have though, so... So the ones I would really want would be this one, the Scroll of Glyph Warding. Scroll of Telekinesis is also a good one.
Take care now.
Alright, let me try some.
My faith will guide me.
Moran is making me antsy. Got to have a plan first.
Stock up while you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
Alright, let me save for now.
Watch your back. Tricks. Don't look now.
It's for a good cause.
Stay low.
Pass it.
I've got a long road ahead.
Take care now.
Let's see, let me try.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right by me.
This place gives me the creeps.
Seen alleyways in Baldurs Gate that are
Time to
plenty
dally.
worse in their way.
Yeah?
If you're all right by Jahira,
Ain't my neck of the woods.
It's a mild lass in here. Count your lucky stars.
Let's see what I can steal from her. Okay, let's see. Basilisk, that looks nice. Hmm. There's a lot of them in here. Try to steal this one.
Not even a challenge.
That was gonna be too tough to steal. Maybe I can steal some of the money. That looks pretty nice. I'll take this.
Oblivious.
Let's see here. Alright, let's see here.
Quick and easy. Don't mind if I do.
Let us do what I can.
A quick profit. A little secret. Like candy from a gnome. You're coming with me. Delightful. So, what a generous pocket. Thank you. Almost too easy.
Let me steal back all the stuff I sold in them and just sell it back.
Pleasant oblivious. Delightful.
You're being arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.
Darn it.
It's wise to check the content of your purse before offering it to others.
Got me. Darn. Let me see, do I even have anything that'll increase my sleight of hand and stuff? I don't even know if I do or not. Okay, my dexterity is 17. I do not have anything more that increases my dexterity. Come on, man. Oh, my cat wants to come in. Let me keep looking here. I'm trying to think of what happened to my bow. Oh, there it is. Oh, then where is it? Let's see, does she have
Stock up while
anything?
you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
Does she have anything that I can... Oh, look at this. This one gives me like +3 dexterity. So I might be good to buy this one.
Take care now.
Let me see some. Not proficient with medium art. There's gotta be light armor then.
What's next,
Do you
I
have
wonder?
anything that I can use?
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right by me. Take care now.
Someone there?
Become some dagger's new sheath.
Ain't mine in the woods.
Lucky stars.
If you're all right by Jahira,
Premium trinkets and doodads.
Graveguard's still alive.
Dark as hell. Or a dead man walking.
close.
Not as long as we can keep the fight along.
Good man.
Last night's best bargains right here.
On tippy toes. All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Let me work my magic.
Take care now.
I wish we'd gear up and head out. All this standing around is making me antsy.
Got to have a plan first.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right by me.
Standing around.
One with the weave.
Let's try to steal again.
What can we rescue?
Look at her, miss. I don't have any gold. Ugh.
A little souvenir.
What? How did I?
Take care now.
Careful, I bite. Still breathing, despite everything.
Can I learn that one? No, I don't think I do. So let me see if I can learn it.
to go still.
I'm just trying to steal all their stuff, man. Come on. Or at least like specific items.
Stock up while you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
Wait, didn't she have a scroll of hold person, or did I have that scroll? Oh
Take
no, I
care
have
now.
that scroll.
Too dark to tell.
I bet they're close.
I've got a lot.
Watching us.
You graveyards to the light. Aren't we all? Good man.
Yeah. That's where that came from.
Wish we had stone or steel.
I wish we had a bloody army.
Hmm. Let me look for it. I might have it in here.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jahira to come up with one. I do.
It ain't pretty, but it can take a bit.
It'll need to. Cleric's magic won't hold out the darkness forever.
Here it is. I guess I do have it.
I'm ready.
Blood, this is heavy.
Seen alleyways in Baldurs Gate that are plenty worse.
Our asses.
You need to pick me up.
And you're likely to
Jahira wants to know about supplies. Will we make it home?
Burning through our oil, but it should just about do.
Just about.
Just about. We shouldn't hang around too long, though.
I applaud your taste.
Let's see what I can glean.
If you're all right by Jahira, you're all right by me.
close.
Very, very quiet.
better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Good man.
Let's get going.
Let's see, where do I have that spell?
Best be on my way.
Bad behavior caught this guard's eye. What do you have to say?
Darn it. I think I just might have to systematically kill every single NPC to get that supplier alone. Alright, at this point I'm going to take a break here.
Premium trinkets and doodads.
Pick this up a little bit later today.